As you gain more experience in anything, I feel like you're gaining more net worth as far as yourself.
Number one is, like you said, building the relationship.
Right.
And number two is you're going to gain experience in the area of solving problems. Number three would be learning how to be a critical thinker.
Right. Please be curious. Try to figure out things.
That's key.
Reach out, ask questions, because like we don't want to reach out to people, man. It's like I said, it's trickle down effect, man, and it's like a web.
Yeah.
People know each other and mention you in rooms that you're not in. You know what I mean? And so that's good, right?
Yeah.
When you're mentioned in rooms that you're not in, that's where the network starts to happen. We back here on the podcast, bro. It's been a minute, right?
We back, man. Yes, sir.
Much needed, man. A lot of stuff happened.
A lot of life.
Yes.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, but God's good. We back and be able to talk and sit down as two fathers, man, and husbands, and people that are in our field, doing our thing, reaching for greatness, bro. So
that's it, man. Striving.
Now we got some time, to chill and talk. So
yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna jump right in it, man. I got a question for you, bro. All right. So
why can't you answer first?
Nah, I'm gonna ask the question first. You're gonna have to answer, bro. I want you to set the tone.
Here you go.
Right?
Here you go.
So, what does being a black man in your 30s mean to you right now?
I would say right now, for me, I would say being a black man in my 30s what it looks like for me is, like you said, reaching for greatness. Each and every day, being a husband and a father,
right?
And that's what I'm proud of, and it's all about family right now. So, and in those particular areas, it would just be specifically, just like you said, reaching for greatness, and so that's what I would say right now. It looks like for me.
That's what's up. Yeah.
What about
that's
you,
good.
sir?
Honestly, yeah, I think being a father and a husband is top on the list, right? Because it's it's not something that in today's society is of the norm now. Like it's like people are, everybody has their own story, but not everybody wants to be a husband, not everybody wants to be a father. Even though they might actually be that. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And so, but I literally enjoy being a husband and a father. So,
Yes,
I 100% agree. But also, I would say also being in a field that I like to be in. As far as I'm in sales and trying to build upon my career with that, and so you in UX. Right?
Yeah, UX, UI. UX, UI design.
Right. So, tell me more about that, man. How's that been? That journey?
UX, UI design has been great, and so in this space specifically, you don't see a lot of black men and also black women. So, my goal is to help really paint a picture for what UX, UI can look like for us in these times. Still young. I'm not old, but I'm still young, but really doing UX UI at a high level. So, so that it's going very well for me. I'm actually growing in it. My business is actually expanding, just specifically with that service. So I offer that as a service, and I've been able to have some dope partners and really have some dope projects, like really, really dope, which I actually enjoyed. And so you can do UX UI and do projects that don't really excite you. It's just a job. And then you have opportunities where you can use your UX UI design, use that experience, use that skill set, right?
Yeah.
And actually enjoy building the website, building the brand, and building it through the lens of design, which is like it brings great joy. So I get excited, man, when it comes to where I stand with UX UI design and just having over 10 years of experience. Years of experience plays a big role.
100%,
it plays a big role, man. I'm grateful for the times where I spent hours and hours and hours learning how to grow my skill set and develop it and cultivate it. And then now it comes easy to me. And so the communication with clients and partners is completely different. And I would probably say I'm at like a 99.8 success rate with clients and
Right.
making them actually like making clients happy with their
Right.
happiness. So
Yeah, man, that's key, man, right there. Because like us in our 30s, right, as black men, I think looking in hindsight, man, it's a lot about building experience, building this net worth, as you will. Because as you gain more experience in anything, I feel like you're gaining more net worth as far as yourself. You know what I mean? Because now you're becoming a person that is multifaceted and being able to do different things and also teach, your children different things as well. So I think as well, you're talking about that, man, as a black man in the 30s, man, is to have experience that is going to be usable for, not just for, companies, for yourself, but also just for other people that, you can teach, man. Yep. And I was just thinking about that, man, like that there's a saying where it says like your network is your net worth. And so in these times that you're in the 30s, I think it's very key that you continue building a network around you as well, because it's just right now, when you start to hit like, 40, it's like, okay, now you're like getting in a stage where, all right, I've met success. How can I even build upon that now, right? So, and that's where people that are like-minded or have that net worth as well, where you can build upon that and y'all can kind of collab and you go further from there. So
so specifically in your field, in marketing, and sales and marketing, specifically, we talk about this all the time. So relationship building is probably that, Rob, right there is the key, right?
Yeah,
so
100%, man. Relationship building, man, is like, I would say 80% of like sales marketing, right? So when you're talking with somebody, especially a stranger, they're not gonna believe you. They're not gonna believe in the product, right? Yep. So it's all about building rapport. It's all about gradually understanding the client, right, or stakeholder. So once you're building this rapport with somebody, you have to be able to cultivate it in a sense that it's like a friendship. Obviously, it's like a friendship where you're not gonna trust this person, or vice versa, after the first or two times meeting, but after third or fourth, fifth or sixth, that's when you're starting to build a friendship, a relationship, where now you're able to now talk about a product, but usually during that time frame, like the person is going to start to even just distrust you, so they're going to believe in you, and then therefore believe in a product. So
that's big in your space specifically. That's big in your space, and I've seen that is big in the space I'm in, because what I'm doing is a form of marketing, and so I think that you being in this as a profession, I'm in this as a profession too. I'm just self-employed, and for you in your space, in your situation, it's a little bit different, but within that, there's relationship building is, like you said, 80% of the process. So something I've been thinking about lately is having a high income and high income skill set. And what you're doing specifically is that you're in a position where you have a skill set that's needed for today, for the particular space you're in, and you have value that you bring to the company that you partner with. And so having a high income skill set, how can we talk about something like this in a way that it can really inspire someone else when it comes to like it? You can start today,
right,
and you can really, really work your way to a point where you're happy.
100%. Listen, my background is in physics and mathematics.
Yeah.
I was going the trajectory of engineering, but somewhere in between, after I graduated, I decided to go into the route of healthcare, and kind of the medical space, and I was primarily on the operations side. So I was dealing with, as a client-facing operator, I was constantly in the face of patients and providers, and talking with them and building a rapport. So I think that sales started to become natural to me because of the fact that I understood how to build relationships.
Yep.
Because during that, those positions that I was in at the time, prior to going to the sales side of things, I was constantly trying to solve problems.
Yeah.
I was always, having to be in a critical thinking type of space. Yep. And so having relationships with certain people and certain stakeholders and people that are in certain positions helped me solve some of these problems, because, I had to now go to certain people that would help me do certain things. And a lot of times, it was out of just a favor or kindness of their heart to do these things, because it might have been out of their, the role. And so being able to build relationships is huge. That as a black man in your 20s, bro, if you're like even in your teens, like 18, 19, right? I think that building relationships with people that are maybe 10, 20, your senior, is key, because they have the tools and the answers that you might be looking for as you're trying to either transition into a career or a continued education. So I'll say tug on them, like as far as trying to figure out your direction, ask them questions, because obviously you're going to find some nuggets within that.
Yeah.
And from there, you'll be able to kind of guide yourself in a certain direction where you want to go.
Yeah.
But I think that right now, man, like, unfortunately, not a young people are doing that, which is, it's, it's unfortunate, because like it's an untapped pool there for young people. But I'm acting like old man.
Now you good, man. My background's in biblical leadership.
Yeah.
Relationship. I think that's number one. Number one is, like you said, building the relationship,
right.
And number two is you're going to gain experience in the area of solving problems.
Exactly.
And so, with my background being more of a biblical, like, leadership kind of background, well, not kind of, it is a leadership background that I have. I actually agree with you on number three would be learning how to be a critical thinker.
Right.
In moments where the pressure is really on, and you have to make critical decisions that are going to either take this brand or this company to this level, or you're just going to keep it at a mediocre level, or you're going to decrease the ability for them to grow. And so being a UX UI designer, self-taught, and some certifications, having those three specific things down is something you just naturally kind of fall into it. And it's really that you get pushed. It's like being pushed in, not gonna say the fire, but it's like you're being pushed into pressure. And then when you step into it, you learn that you have to be able to build relationships.
100%.
You have to.
Man. Yeah, because I know, correct me if I'm wrong, man, that a lot of your accounts came through relationships from other people.
All of
right?
it, every single one of them.
See,
still to this day.
It makes sense, because like your rapport, that they trust you, the end product that you had, it was amazing, right? And so they're gonna say, oh, I have this amazing designer that I work with for websites and also for marketing. Want you to work with him?
Yeah.
And they say, oh yeah, I trust you. I'm gonna reach out to him.
Yeah.
And so it's a trickle down effect. So I totally agree, man. And so when it comes to like people that are, in their 20s, like, dude, like, just reach out to, your uncles, aunts, and reach out to them and say, hey, do you have any, people that, any colleagues that I can, possibly, talk to, and they can potentially be a mentor in certain,
Yeah.
in certain cases, because, dude, they can either get you a job in the field that you're trying to get into. They can, help you with, getting to a person that it would be in your field. And hey, honestly, man, I think what's his name? The actor that played Captain America, the black dude, Mackie.
Yep.
He said that now, it's not about, it's like for actors, it's not really about the skill set.
Yeah.
It's mostly just about, being, a person that has a network. Or being able to, talk with certain people within Hollywood to get a position and get a role. Like it's not about,
It's about relationship building.
not really about skill, which is unfortunate, right? But it's about who you know, man. It's imperative for you to, for young folks to honestly reach out to people, man. It's like I said, it's trickle down effect, man, and it's like a web. Yeah. People know each other and mention you in rooms that you're not in. You know what I mean? And so that's good, right?
Yeah.
When you're mentioned in rooms that you're not in,
yes,
that's where the network starts to happen, right? Yeah. So constantly be curious. I think that's a big thing for Black men and women in their 20s. Be curious. Try to figure out things.
That's key.
Reach out. Ask questions. Because like in my 20s, I didn't know it all. You know what I mean? And I thought I did, but looking hindsight, dude, if I asked more questions than I did, like I would probably be further on in my career than I am now. So
that's real, man.
Hot take.
Hot take for sure. I'm looking at really the first, the first question you asked, I think that being a Black man specifically in your 30s, what does it look like? We talk about, we gave some game on just being in your career, being a business owner, self-employed, or if you want to start a business. What excites me is that I've helped so many start businesses, and I've partnered with them from this year to 3 years later or 4 years later, and seeing the progress of that business and seeing how it grew. It's all still defined by the relationship. It's all still defined by what problems we're solving, and it's always really designed. Also, what plays a big role is critical thinking, and how that has allowed this brand or this business to get to the level that they're at. So I know you gotta go. So in closing, this last question I want to ask you is, since we're really focused on like recharging, like these conversations are to recharge and rejuvenate, right? To refresh and I think we do this all the time by default. Like we call each other on the phone and it's like, yo, and then we get excited. Every time we get off the phone, we're excited. Every time we have a conversation, we're excited. So that's what this conversation is 100%. About. So
I think that every time that we talk, man, it just like it gives us like these juices of just thoughts, right? So like I think every time that we're talking, it's like, oh man, like dude, like now that you're mentioning that, dude, like I was thinking about this, or that's an amazing nugget. Like let me go with that, and
wasn't even thinking about it that way.
And so like even in this conversation that we're in right now, like having this podcast, dude, like my juices, my no homo, but
Pause.
my mind is going, man. Like,
but that's something we're gonna talk about in the future, is how you are an innovative processor. You process and you think innovatively. Like most of the time, I think build. It's time to let's execute. And anything we do from production, next time we'll even talk about how we have really been establishing a production brand. It's a trio, collective, but just what we're also doing there to you even having your business, some things, some ventures and things that you're working on to all that good stuff, and like what we're really learning and getting from it. So my last question would be, from a mental health standpoint, what is mental health look like in your 30s?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like today for you?
Today, it's also, I would say,
I think we should always kind of
yes.
close on
Yeah.
just that mental health part, because that's something we really
Mental
we really
health
value.
right now. I would say just taking it steady. I would say, as far as you don't have to have all the answers right now, and it's okay, to be, I'm say stressed, but it's okay to be in the moment. Yeah, it might seem as though you're getting stressed, but just take a breather, because as a father, you're not gonna get certain things back, right? Time, especially with your child. Like sometimes you can be stressed out with children, but just reminding myself it's all right. It's it's gonna be okay. Something breaks in the house, it's just stuff. It's just
Material.
stuff, right? If it's something that at work that happens, and I don't bonus out this quarter or certain things like that. I'm like, it's okay. It's just money. I will get some more in the future. This is not the end all be all.
Yeah.
Because I think that as black men, right, if that blood pressure rises,
Boy.
that age decreases. So, you know what I mean? As far as, life.
Talking good
like,
today,
so
sir.
I'm just saying, like,
That's a
it's,
fact, man. Yeah.
Stress. Yes, you're gonna have stressors. Stress is gonna come, but how do you deal with it?
How you deal with it? That's
think
good,
that's
man.
it.
That's good. And I'll just
How
top it
about you?
off. I'll just top it off with it's okay to take being a builder and someone who's always going. It's okay to just take it one day at a time.
Yeah,
and remember the importance of priorities and healthy structures set into my life, my day, my when it comes to like how I live every single day. And it is okay to work out 45 minutes to an hour a day.
Yeah.
It is okay to drink water.
Yep.
It is literally okay to affirm
Yeah.
my children, and I'm seeing the impact of that. It is okay to just stop and remember that being in the moment, like you said, it is better to just be in the moment.
Yeah.
And understand that the future is going to take care of itself.
Yes.
If I can
There it is.
day by day, brick by brick, I'm building a life that I've desired, that I've wanted, and I'm grateful for it. And we'll get a little spiritual, but it's just understanding and remembering that, man, God is going to continue to direct my path.
Yep.
And
Always.
my family as well. So
Always,
and rest assured and know that, like, that's my hope right there. So I would say that
That's
man.
good, man.
So
That's dude, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
The future's gonna worry about itself, man. That's
it's gonna take care of itself.
yeah.
I look at sports and they say you don't cheat the game, right? But if we don't cheat a day, where sometimes it's okay to cheat though. it's in off season or you get your weekends, you get your days off, but know when it's a day off and know when it's a day to be on.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
man.
man. So we appreciate everyone who has tapped in, been
Thank
faithful,
you guys.
faithful, because we're working on being faithful.
Exactly. Hey, I know
but-
it's been a long time coming, man. I know that if you follow us on social media, you're like, yo, what the heck happened, man? It's silent.
Yeah,
It's for a reason.
For a reason.
You know, we're fathers.
As we get ready to go, fit check. We always got to tap in with what bro is doing fit check wise, because go shout out to you, man, for give us your Instagram for the content you've been tapping in on. And you don't even go there with me. I'm gonna focus on you today. Let's see what let's really quick get a fit check. What you rocking?
You funny.
And we go from there. And
this hat I thrifted. But it's
we're gonna have a whole episode on it, bro.
Yeah. The hat. I'm not gonna take that off the head though. You
got the fresh cut.
Nah. But I don't know that. But I got this is from Spain. To get the chain from Spain.
Clean.
You know what I mean? Little cross on it. You know what I mean? Got necklace, gold necklace. I got I got the sweater vest from Abercrombie Finch. I got from Zara. From the shirt, I got Uniqlo pants.
The boy's so clean.
Yeah,
He's so clean.
But
he's so clean.
Nah, right here as well.
Hey, don't even
go
do
ahead
that.
and show the bling. Go ahead and show the bling.
No bling.
Hey.
No bling.
We're doing the same thing. We're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Hey, let me get your fit. Let me get your fit where it came from, bro.
We got a little something.
And
you know we gonna laugh, boy. But you already know.
Matter of fact, let me put that flash on that joint.
Sadly, this is
the flash on that joint.
You came over today. I just threw all my H&M
flash.
stuff.
That joint glistening, right? That joint glistening, gleaming and glistening.
There you go, man. There you go. But man, shout out to y'all for taking the time to listen to us. Yeah, what's your Instagram, TikTok?
Valor Inc. Man, what's my name, man? The one I
think you got Stephen McCallum.
Yeah,
now.
I think it's _ just Stephen McCallum.
_ Stephen
I
McCallum.
should know that on top of my head. It serves my fashion and doing my like fashion consulting side of things for fun, and obviously in future got follow in mental health space. Follow Bridge Wellness LLC on Instagram as well. Obviously follow Imagine.co.
Yeah, please do.
I want you, EJ.
Yeah, man, y'all see him.
Hey, stop.
Clean.
But go ahead.
Nah, man, just me, Irvin Forbes.
Forbes.
At Irvin Forbes.
All right.
So
you got another page, right?
That's it. At Irvin Forbes on anything. Okay. So YouTube,
Instagram,
and TikTok. So
appreciate
y'all. Much love.
Yeah, much love.